morning and welcome to Radio Friends. This is Wednesday, May the 13th. It's a pleasure to have you with us. And on the line from Holt Summit, Missouri, I've got my friend Mar Doering, our veterinarian expert, All Paws Medical and Behavioral Center. Good morning, Mar.
Well, thank you. Connor is here with me and his sister, Muchacha, his new sister, so we're all set to go. I'm so glad you called me.
Yeah, well, you know, usually when you're on Radio Friends, Connor's there in the studio with you, and we can't see Connor right now. And Muchacha, now who's Muchacha?
Muchacha is a new little bitty girl that we've got. She's about 10 pounds, and she's kind of unusual, but she had a lot of, and still has a little bit of anxiety, and so we're working through that, but she's Connor's new sister, and I've been actually looking for a little girl or boy to fill a void from a doggie that we had that was a very tiny doggie. We only have one little tiny doggie usually in our pack, and it took me about 2 years to find her, and she's a doll. We got her from the shelter in Jeff City, and she's a sweetie pie and loves to sit on my lap, so that's cool.
Obviously, she's come into a very loving home there, Mar.
Well, we do love her a lot.
Yeah. And as we go into springtime and summer, there are some special things that we need to realize concerning our dogs and cats, right? As the warm weather brings on certain situations that we need to be aware of.
They do, and I love the warm weather. I love walking with the dogs in the warm weather, but yes, heartworm disease. Heartworms, of course, are carried by mosquitoes, so you've got to have them protected. I like to protect them in Missouri all year because mosquitoes can pop up from time to time when we have warm weather, but especially in the spring, summer, and fall. So heartworm disease for dogs and occasionally for cats as well. You want to protect them.
You recommend keeping your pet on the heartworm disease 12 months of the year.
You know what? I really do, because as somebody that likes to be outside a lot, every time it warms up, there's standing water so many places in Missouri and where I walk that you can see mosquitoes different times of the year. So I don't like to take any chances with that disease. And the heartworm preventative, in most cases, will prevent your pet from getting intestinal parasites as well. So to have them on it, I think, to me, it is the best thing you can do for especially a dog at really the cheapest price. So I think that to get that much coverage for parasites and not take a chance, period, to do it all year, I think is the safest. It's not necessary, but if you're going to stop them and start again, you've got to absolutely have to have your dog retested for heartworm disease. So do not just start them. It would be dangerous to do that. So talk to your veterinarian before you would restart. The other thing that is very bad, and I can tell you as somebody, again, who's outside a lot, the ticks are getting really bad, and we've seen some fleas as well. So make sure that you get the best and safest and talk to your veterinarian for a flea and tick product. There's some excellent new ones that are out there that have only been out a couple of years. I really am a fan. I test some of them on my dogs to make sure that they're everything they're cracked up to be. And again, we walk in the woods every single day. So a good flea and tick preventative is important, but also a safe one. Don't just get any one. Get some input from your veterinarian and get the best one for your pet. And the other thing for dogs and cats, holy cow, am I seeing a lot of allergies right now. That is a big one. So if you see your animal is itching, scratching, check the bottom of the doggie's feet if they're outside a lot. Sometimes you'll see that grass allergies have taken shape, and there's some new plants that are out there, grasses that are out there. Some of them are toxic to pets. So if your pet's chewing on them, I've had a lot of pets come in lately with digestive problems. So all those things need to be addressed by your veterinarian and get some guidance on them. Some of them you can prevent, some of them you can help control, like allergies. And there's some great things for allergies out there now, too, to help prevent your pet from itching and sneezing, but also you want to be aware of things that they're putting in their mouth right now.
Hi, Mar. I could just sit here and you go ahead and talk. I don't need to interject. I got one question for you, though. You had said watch about what pets are putting in their mouth. Our little puppy, Sparny, he loves to put everything in his mouth, but right now he is going crazy with June bugs. We have to. It's like the treat of the world for him to pick up June bugs and put them in his mouth. They're not poisonous, are they?
They're not really poisonous specifically. However, if they eat a bunch of them, they can make them have some digestive problems. And I have some doggies and even kitties that have that. So you do want to be careful and limit their intake for sure. Yes. All
right. Aaron Hayes, our audio person, was telling us a kind of a funny story. Are you there, Aaron?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tell us about what your dog did with the June bugs.
When I was growing up, we had a bird dog, a Brittany Spaniel, and he was super smart and he wouldn't have harmed a fly, but he loved to catch June bugs. And he would catch them and hold them in his mouth and then would drag them back inside the house like it was a treat. He would come in after going outside in the backyard and would spit all of these live June bugs out on the floor. And he did it his whole life. It was a riot.
Oh, my.
Thank you for that story. Along the same lines, when we were doing Pepper and Friends out at the shed, we had a cat that was out there, Tommy the cat. And when people would come out to be on the show, Tommy would go and catch mice and bring the mice back to the guest and drop them at his feet. He used to love to do that.
It's a special gift.
It is. It is. It just shows how special our animal friends are to us.
Exactly. But let me just interrupt for a second and say the one thing do not let your pets put in their mouth is toads. They have a poison on their skin, and they can make them very sick. All of a sudden, they start salivating like crazy, but you call your vet. That could be a problem.
Okay,
Rinse out their mouth first.
Thank you, Mar. Mar Doering, it's always a pleasure to have you with us, and thank you for the good information this morning. If people want to visit with you or talk with you, All Paws Medical and Behavioral Center, what's your phone number?
It is 573-896-4040. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you. And our animal friends bring so much pleasure to all of our lives, especially at this time when we've been doing the social distancing. There was so much more I wanted to talk to you about, but we're out of time. We'll pick it up next time, okay?
All right. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Be safe and well.
Thank you. Thank you, Mar. And thank you, Aaron, for your story.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it for Radio Friends today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about voting and the Boys and Girls Club. Have yourself a nice day. Bye-bye.